What's good, y'all? It's your boy Tony the Savant back with another one. Hope everybody's having a good to great day today. Let me do the intro. Shout out to my cousin Hawk, that's the ambassador. Shout out to my boy Jeezy, that's the manager. Shout out to my boy Sauce, that's the vice president. Shout out to Paulie Coleon, that's the right hand man, the consigliere. We Uncle Paulie's Entertainment over here. Shout out to the ILW Sports Network and also the Run It Up Sports Network. That's the extended family. Also, shout out to my boy Darian Hopkins, the D Hopkins Show. And last but not least, saving the best for last. Shout out to y'all, man, the bosses. Good morning, good afternoon, good evening, depending on when you're pulling up to the video. All right, man. So we're covering the Baltimore Ravens and Pittsburgh Steelers game. Um, just one of those divisional rival games, man. Just went down to the wire. A lot of back and forth, a lot of momentum shifts, a lot of emotions. I just want to go. I just want to say first that Lamar Jackson uh, was done a disservice by those receivers. Man, they dropped so many passes today. I didn't count how many passes was dropped, but during the game, my stomach just kind of hurt for him because I think he missed like on two touchdown passes. Definitely one. I think it was Zay Flowers or Odell, one of the two. No, Odell was he tried to hit Odell during the interception pass. So I think it was Zay Flowers that just dropped the easy touchdown pass. And after that, man, I just kind of fell for Lamar because he gets a lot of criticism about quote unquote not being a real quarterback and all that kind of stuff. But the quarterback can't throw the ball to himself. And yeah, man, I think if those guys would have called, let's just say they dropped six passes. If they would have called just two passes, the Ravens would have been victorious in this game. But nonetheless, we got to do the stats. Let me see. So Lamar, speaking of, went 22 of 38, 236 yards, one interception. Gus Edwards had 12 rushes for 48 yards. Lamar, which I know they're trying to minimize his rushing in the game plan, kind of save his body from those hits and all that good stuff. But he still had six rushes for 45 yards. Zay Flowers had five catches for 73 yards. He had some good plays. Mr. Flowers had some good plays from time to time, but like I said, those drops were just gut wrenching, and also were the deciding factor for the game. Mark Andrews, one of my fantasy players, he had six receptions for 65 yards. Not a bad outing. Nelson Aguilar had four catches for 64 yards. He also had a big miss. I think Nelson Aguilar is the one that missed the wide open touchdown pass, if I'm not mistaken. Y'all forgive me, man. I'll be watching so much sports content that I'll get a little rambled up by the time it's time to go live and record. But anyway, Justin Tucker had a field goal kick, 23 yards. He put up 4 points. The defense for the Ravens had no interceptions, but they were able to get 3 sacks on Kenny Pickett, just to kind of get a little mud on his jersey. Speaking of the Pittsburgh Steelers, who were victorious in this game, Kenny Pickett went 18 of 32 for 224 yards, had a touchdown pass. Najee Harris had 14 rushes for 37 yards. George Pickens had a single rush for 16 yards, very impressive run. George Pickens was the highlight reel for the receiving core. Um, he was the standout receiver, went viral a couple times during the preseason, off-season training camp times, just doing amazing stuff. Even then, I knew he was due for a big game. Didn't know when it was going to happen. What better time but than against your divisional rival, your number one divisional rival at that. But he had six receptions for 130 yards and one big score. The Steelers defense, the stars shine for the defense. Like I said, the young rookie Joey Porter Jr. had a interception in the end zone. His first interception, really big one that essentially sealed the game. Also, the Steelers defense put up 4 sacks. And their lead man, T.J. Watt, uh, led the way with 2 of those sacks. He also had a fumble recovery for a score. Chris Boswell was 3 of 3 from the field goal, and 43 yards was the longest. He put up 9 fantasy football points. So all in all, like I said, just one of those divisional rival games. Went down to the wire. The Ravens had umpteen opportunities to win this game. Like I said, they just catch 2, maybe 3 of those drop passes. And I'm positive I'll put my Las Vegas dollar down that the Ravens would have won that game. But the Steelers, they came out to play as well. They always show up for the Ravens games, no matter where the Steelers are in their status as a franchise. I mean, is if they're one of the Super Bowl contenders, or if they're kind of in a young core rebuilding mode like they are now. The Steelers get up for the Ravens games for sure, and it's always a classic matchup between the two. Kenny Pickett and George Pickens, the pick and pick connection, man. It was the pick and pick show for sure. Those two have seemed to me like they have great chemistry, and they're a young quarterback and receiving core. So it's going to be exciting to see these two over the next few years, see them grow and what they can accomplish. And like I said, man, Lamar Jackson, we got to give him a break. I mean, I still argue that the Baltimore Ravens have one of the better receiving cores in the league. It was just a bad night. Just a bad day, a bad game. It happens to the best of us. So, and I don't think this is an indictment on Lamar Jackson at all. He played an excellent game. Was pretty sharp for the most part. Just about mistake-free. Like I said, that big interception to Joey Porter Jr., essentially, got to count that against him. But outside of that, I was impressed with how Lamar was able to play. Also, shout out to Kenny Pickett, man. That kid showed great resilience. He has 10 wins as a starter in the NFL. Quiet as kept. He has the same amount of wins as an NFL starter as Brock Purdy. And so with all the attention and praise that Brock is getting, this young man, Kenny Pickett, just 25 years of age, is 25 years of age himself, has 10 career wins as an NFL starting quarterback. So kudos to him. Kudos to the Mike Tomlin and the Pittsburgh Steelers. Big win. But that's all I got for that one, man. Y'all please like, subscribe, comment, hit the notification bell so you can be notified when I'm dropping content on the channel. Like I say, hope everybody's having a good to great day. Definitely appreciate the love and the support. My slow go, man. Y'all the bosses. I'm the guy that loves to work. Let me get back to work. Peace.